5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We have a liftoff, a perfectly normal liftoff. S200 is the
On 20 November 1981, the Indian Space Research Organization launched the Bhaskara 2 satellite, honoring the legacy of a 12th century Indian mathematician whose understanding of number systems and algebraic equations was centuries ahead of his European counterparts. Did you know that he is the only ancient mathematician to be immortalized on a monument? Welcome to Science Saturdays, a podcast series that takes a journey to the past and sheds light on the lives of people whose scientific contributions shaped the history of humanity. I am Rashmi, and in this season, the spotlight belongs to eminent Indian scientists. Section 1, Introduction. In the 12th century, the term astrology and astronomy was synonymous. Bhaskaracharya, roughly translated to Bhaskara the teacher, was the son of such an astrologer named Maheshwara. Colebrooke was the first European to translate Bhaskaracharya's mathematical classics, described his family as Maharashtrian Brahmins residing on the banks of river Godavari. Did you know that a temple in Maharashtra has an almost 700-year-old inscription that lists Bhaskaracharya's ancestral lineage for several generations before him, as well as 2 generations after him? Bhaskaracharya, like his father, was fascinated by astronomy. The astronomical observatory at Ujjain was the leading mathematical astronomy center in the 12th century India, and its development was credited to some of the finest mathematical minds like Brahmagupta and Varahamihira. Bhaskaracharya pursued his interests in mathematics and later became the head of this observatory. We do not know yet a lot about his personal life. However, his 6 documented works on several branches of mathematics and astronomy give us a hint as to why not just a satellite, but several institutes in India are named after him. Stick till the end of the podcast to find out which ones. In the next section, we begin to explore these mathematical works. Section 2, Mathematical Works. Bhaskaracharya's 6 famous works can be condensed down to the fields of geometry, trigonometry, calculus, algebra, arithmetic, and astronomy. These are Lilavati, the Beautiful, on mathematics, Bija Ganita, root extraction, on algebra, Siddhanta Shiromani, which is divided into 2 parts, mathematical astronomy and sphere, Vasana Bhayasa of Mitakshara, which is Bhaskaracharya's commentary on the Siddhanta Shiromani, and the Karna Kautuhala, calculation of astronomical wonders, or Brahmatulya, in which he simplified the concepts of Siddhanta Shiromani. Aren't you curious why he chose to name one of his textbooks as Lilavati? One naive guess would be that Lilavati is just a Sanskrit word for something mathematical. However, this is far from the truth. Lilavati, written in an excellent lucid and poetical language, was named after Bhaskaracharya's daughter. Bhaskaracharya studied his daughter's horoscope and predicted that she would remain both childless and unmarried. To avoid this fate, he ascertained an auspicious moment for his daughter's wedding. To alert his daughter at the correct time, he placed a cup with a small hole at the bottom of the vessel filled with water. He arranged this setup so that the cup would sink at the beginning of the propitious hour. This device was placed in a room and Lilavati was warned not to go near it. In her curiosity, though, she went to look at the device and a pearl from her bridal dress accidentally dropped into it, thus hindering the setup. The auspicious moment for the wedding thus passed unnoticed, leaving a devastated father, Bhaskara. Later, when Lilavati's husband died at a very young age, Bhaskaracharya promised his daughter to write a book in her name, one that would remain till the end of the time, as a good name is akin to a second life. This book has survived the ravages of time and has been translated into several languages worldwide. Many of the mathematical problems in this book are addressed to Lilavati herself, hinting Lilavati was herself a very bright young woman. The book covers calculations, progressions, measurement, permutations, and many other topics. Bhaskaracharya's second work, titled Bija Ganita, became the standard algebra textbook for many centuries. It contains descriptions of advanced mathematical techniques involving integers as well as rational numbers. It also treats at the length of the pulverizer of solving indeterminate equations as well as the so-called Bell's equation. Bhaskaracharya's next work, the Siddhanta Shiromani, was written by him at the age of 36. This colossal work is composed in the Sanskrit language in 1450 verses and has been divided into 4 sections which deal with arithmetic, algebra, mathematics of planets, and spheres respectively. In the next section, we look at some interesting highlights from these and later works of Bhaskaracharya. Section 3. Bhaskaracharya's work on the number system are exemplary. Aryabhatta described the 60 divisions we now call minutes. However, it was Bhaskaracharya who elaborated it to 60 subparts we now called seconds. It was also Bhaskaracharya who formulated the terminology for numbers in multiples of 10, ranging from eka or 1 to pararadha, which is 10 raised to 17 powers. Did you know that Bhaskaracharya was not only a pioneer in mathematics but also had foundational knowledge of engineering? In 1150, he described a wheel that he claimed would run forever, something that we now refer to as perpetual motion machine. While Newton and Leibniz have been credited with development of calculus, there exists strong evidence that suggests that Bhaskaracharya was a pioneer in some of the principles of differential calculus, including limits, differential coefficients, instantaneous velocities, and summations. In his later works, he has also stated that the instantaneous speed of a planet at its highest point is 0. The contributions of the stalwart to the development of mathematics and astronomy are immense. It is for this reason that several institutes and colleges in India are named after him, including Bhaskaracharya Pratisthana in Pune, Bhaskaracharya College of Applied Sciences in Delhi, and Bhaskaracharya Institute for Space Applications and Geoinformatics in Gandhinagar. We will conclude today's episode with a question for our audience. Amongst the Indian masses, do you think there is a persistent lack of awareness about Indian scientists from ancient India? If yes, tell us your suggestions in the comment section on how we can rectify them. We look forward to hearing back from you, and we shall see you in the next episode where we discuss the life of Dr. J.C. Bose. If you liked this episode, Please do like this video and subscribe to our channel for more such infotainment. Also, please share this podcast with your friends and family so that more people can be aware of Bhaskaracharya's achievements.